Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. We are going to continue our discovery journey of this amazing language where it came from. And 烟雨蒙蒙 is a chick flick famous in the 80s and probably early 90s as well in China, made from, based on a love story, some dramas, triangle, probably love triangle dramas. I didn't remember, by a Taiwan author. So Taiwan influenced mainland China. Okay, so we give you this visual of how the smoky rain and got this drizzling effect because that's kind of a small particles of rain are going to bounce off a surface as if forming a cover. So this is the cover. 烟雾缭绕 is today's expression, and we have the same yan that came from the fire on the left, and then we have this branch of tree with the bird's nest hanging down. That's our symbol for the west, and then we have the soil underneath. So when you see, oh my God, I just have another interpretation just by visualize it. Okay. Here, taking out this west symbol out, we have fire, we have soil. These two symbols coming together actually means cooking. Why? Because we cook under a stove, like not our gas stove, right? I'm pointing to my kitchen right now. Back then, it was a stove made something, made from soil. It's a very earthy way of cooking, and all your utensils are probably kind of made of earthware, right? So this earth, soil, and the fire combination naturally means cooking for Chinese, or the kitchen, the setup for cooking. And then if it has the west symbol, means the sun set down, cooking. That means cooking for evening dinner. And cooking back then is very smoky event. That's our formation of smoke. Oh my God, I just discovered something new. Okay, and okay, it's another, it's different from fire now. We don't have fire, we have rain instead. So this is a rain symbol, like shortened, placed on the top. It's the same as this. You can see this is a full form. Rain dropping down from heaven, downward pouring with small art particles. And so this is, you can see this is not the original, but this is the one character I find as a variation that makes sense to me, because the whole thing means fog, okay, not smoke, but they are actually visually similar, right? Except one is made of solid particles floating that kind of obstruct your vision. So it's not a clear view, right? It's something smoky. But fog is also small particles in the air that obstruct your view. And it's not made from something fire, but something rain, right? So we have the rain symbol over there. And then we have, this is a variation of this. This is in contemporary, it's just sound maker. I can just give you that. And it doesn't mean anything, but I want to make meaning of it. So over here, this variation, we can view it as, well, this is a spear symbol, speared. Wait, spear or speared? Spear, a long, sharp, with a sharp metal edge at the bottom, weapon. So that's a weaponry back then. And this is the eye symbol. So we have this block with two horizontal lines. That's our eyeball placing like vertically. It's rotation, right? 90-degree rotation. So something is spearing at our eye, and there's rain involved. That gives you a sense of this vision obstruction. So you don't have perfect vision in this weather, in this condition. And it's related to something rain related, right? With the symbol of the rain. Okay, so fog, what is a fog? We all know that a little bit from our physics class. So fog basically is a cloud on the ground level. So we're living, basically human, we see cloud mostly floating up there, and there's a shape we can see from outside of it. But if the cloud go deep ground level, we're living within it, it's hard to see the shape, but it does obstruct our vision. So that's the sense of how this fog is meant. It's related to rain. Before it's fall, it's this cloud, and when it's near ground and make our hard to see, that's the fog. Very reasonable language, right? Okay, 缭绕, you can see they, 缭 and 绕, both of them have this, triangular shape that came from this. And this symbol means textile, something woven. And we can kind of see their knots tied, and it comes from this drapey, effect, visual effect, something is drapey downward like there. So this is something related to textile, but the formation of the right side, even if I can just tell you it's sound maker, again, they have their own origins and meaning. We have this sun symbol, which is a block or a circle back then, and with a horizontal line. So, whoops, it means the shape of a sphere, right? And with energy source in it. It's not empty, it's energy. So that's our sun symbol. And the top and bottom look like this, right? Fire. And this fire was a little grass on top of it. So can you kind of guess what that is? It's almost like it's called a tinder, something to start the fire. And you can use the sun as your fire starter, right? Or you can use plant. I mean, I'm living in Southern California, and wildfire exactly have those two elements: the sun, dry things, and the plantation, the forest, dried forest is definitely the condition for something starting a fire, wildfire. So the two components or two ways of making fire is this symbol. That means a fire starter, basically. So fire starter and something related to fabric. Okay, it gives you the sense of something is surrounded, because to start the fire, right, you need to have the elements of the plant, and then you have the sun on top of it, roughly. So you kind of need to start the fire in gather things together. So that's kind of the wrapping, or simply fire starting event, and that meaning carried over into this 辽, because we have other 辽 use the same symbol, but it could mean exactly, if you place the fire symbol on the left, it means exactly fire starting. And if you place a hand symbol, which is our 5-finger hand symbol on the left, that means flirt, actually. It's a start of fire on the other person. How smart is Chinese. And here is a fabric sign on the left. So that means almost like a start a fire with the fabric, right? So it's a wrap. So it's surround something with a fabric. So that's wrap. And the 绕 is also related to fabric, but it came from the symbol of this 2-leg symbol. That's our person. This is our starter simple person symbol. Sometimes we have more things added to it. Here we have a horizontal line on top of this 2-leg symbol. That means the head portion. So that's kind of directional. It doesn't mean, it means somebody without hair, okay? But it means it directs your attention to the top of this person. And still there are 2 soil. So we have this soil symbol, right? Stacked three times, right? So one on top, two on the side. That means a lot of soil. So it's like a mountain, almost something abstract in front of you, and its placement is even higher than you. So that means you cannot really go, at that time, I guess very few people can scale things like rock climb to go over it. Instead, you have to go detour, go horizontally instead of vertically across this obstacle. So you have to detour. So that kind of detouring combined in the fabric sense, that means another way of wrapping, right? It comes from this detour concept instead of fire starter concept. So 烟雾缭绕 together just means it's smoky. Okay, so when we have yan and wu together, does it mean it's kind of yan like a smoke, or does it mean it's fog? What is it? What is it? I think Chinese intentionally create this like two sources. One is fire-based, the other is rain-based, kind of a vision, not a 10 vision weather condition or environmental condition to give you a sense of humidity. And besides, okay, it's the key thing is yan, it's coming something burning. So I give you the picture of this probably kind of temple, and with two big scent burning is a major thing in temples, in the praying, in the talking to God behavior. I mean the local God, not the Christian God. Okay, so this big scent burning will create a lot of smoke. So that is a smoky environment, but also give you, there's rain involved. So there is a certain humidity to it as well. It's not a dry smoke, it's a humid smoke. So in that sense, this combination of characters, yan wu, is very appropriate to capture the humidity and the vision at the same time of the environment. And 缭绕 simply means, 缭绕means this environment. So there are things wrapping. Imagine smokes. I don't know about the West, but in this picture, you can see oftentimes like when the sun is beaming down, and in the dark and the light contrast, you can see the smoke, so to speak. If you're in here, you don't detect the smoke, right? Over here, you can see, oh, this room actually is quite smoky because from all this incense burning. So this 缭绕, this moving, wrapping of the smoke gives you this visual sense of the smoke as an object, I guess, as an airy object going through space, kind of moving in their own, unpredictable, almost swirls in the air. So that's the visual sense. And you often see this phrase used actually in temples or somewhere that have this visual effect, and with the humidity considered, right? 烟雾, and also the sense of 缭绕. It's a very spiritual space for us. Okay, cashing into the currency of thinking by one word a day with Sophie. See you another day.